Hi, I'm Taylor, a yin yoga teacher, and today I'm going to show you how to do child's pose, a very common yoga pose that everyone is supposed to know how to do. But do you know all of the variations and how to make this pose just perfect for yourself? To begin, we'll start in my personal favorite, wide-legged child's pose. You start in a tabletop position, big toes come to touch, and send your knees wide to the edges of your mat. Allow your sit bones to sink back towards your heels and walk your hands forward until your chest and forehead come to melt to the mat. Now, if you're quite flexible, that is a great option. However, it's not for everyone. Sometimes reaching our arms forward and lengthening through the sides can feel really great. But if you have tense shoulders and really need to release through the upper back, you can try this variation with the arms. Draw your fingertips to touch so you create an elbow shape with your arms instead of extending them long. You can also use a bolster underneath your body here, as even child's pose will get more intense with time. And I like to leave a little bit of space between my belly and my crotch and the bolster as you lean forward onto it. Leaving this space will help you breathe deeply into your belly if that's the breath that you're practicing. And I like to have my palms facing up, arms are relaxed so I'm not gripping onto anything. Just be mindful to switch your gaze where you're looking at least halfway through the pose, or instruct your students if you're teaching. Another option, especially if you have students who are lifted very high off their back heels and they can't sit down, this may feel uncomfortable, so you can always use a bolster behind the legs. However, sometimes this is a bit too thick for students to sit back on. Or a rolled blanket may work. Another option, more traditionally, is to have your knees or legs at least closer together. Arms can come long in front of you or long beside you. However, you may notice here that my head is hanging out on space or in space. This is when a block comes in handy underneath my head to bring the ground closer. And then same variations with the arms. Maybe you prefer to make a diamond shape. There you have it, a few more variations of child's pose that you can now try in your own practice. Especially if you're using a block or if your third eye, your forehead presses into the mat, this definitely wakes up the third eye chakra. You can find out even more about this pose, including counter poses and how I sequence child's pose into my classes, plus a practice where you can actually try this pose. All the info is in the description below. Until next time, have a fabulous day.